Now that we are back, welcome to 1,000 Days to Escape. This is a really cool arcade-style indie game from a really small and upcoming company right here. And before I do butcher the backstory to this game, I'm going to be jumping into their About tab here. And if you guys don't want to hear me ramble on about this and whatnot, you already know what's going on, or you don't really care, you just want to see some gameplay, I will put a timestamp down below in the description, or hopefully I'll drop one in the video here with editing. But anyways, let's jump right into our About tab here. So, 1,000 Days to Escape is a space arcade simulator. So this game covers serious issues in an ironic form. So, life on Earth is going to disappear. Due to huge temps of population growth and global development of human civilization, irreversible climate change and disturbance of stable processes in the biosphere of our planet occur. So calculations have shown that oxygen remains for 1,000 days. So hopefully you're not wondering where the titles come from anymore. But at the World Summit on the Global Security, you've got a carte blanche to realize the largest space program ever. And if anyone's wondering what carte blanche is, I've already googled it over here, and it means complete freedom to act as one wishes or thinks best. So I'm not exactly sure of the origin, maybe French there. Anyway, that helps understand that sentence a lot better. So anyways, the main goal is to save as many people as you can. So don't worry, all modern technologies are at your disposal. So let's get into a little bit of what's happening in the gameplay. So of course we're trying to find new planets in the outer space with our telescope, explore them using a scouting satellite, just put that into a rocket, fill up the tank with fuel, and we'll launch it to the different planets around us. So each world has its own characteristics. There is no atmosphere suitable for people on one, it might be too cold on another. So you may have to bring a specific generator or those modern technologies we're talking about to help that planet be able to suit human life. So missions will be successful if all the conditions of human life are met. Just kind of like what I was just saying. But anyways, during space exploration, discover new technologies, earn science points, and pimp out your spaceport. So we're going to be dropping some nice 30-inch rims and lowering the spaceship down here. No, just kidding. This isn't Pimp My Ride here, is it? Anyway, let's jump into a little bit of the features we've got here. So, we have a creative approach to space flights and the transportation of people. The star system is randomly generated at the start of each game, which gives it some pretty cool replayability for the game, because you have a different challenge going on every time you restart your game and start the whole crisis over again. So we do have over 25 planets with different characteristics in the game, and some planets are inhabited by alien civilizations, so to wage war or cooperate, it's up to you. Apparently I've just been waging war every time I've played this a few times. I didn't know you could try to cooperate. Maybe I'll have to look into that. I don't know exactly how you do that yet, but maybe I'll figure that out eventually. So there are many different events. Triumph an alien civilization, use recovered resources for technological development, or convert them to science points. So scientists said that they are ready to reveal a series of innovations. Keep them or bargain with enemies is one of the difficult decisions you have to make. But remember, this is space. It does not cooperate, of course, with human life. And this was made by the Lemon Squeezy Company. They're an independent studios. And this is actually their first game, which is a really cool thing about a starting up company, especially for a really good game here. I mean, it's got some nice replayability. I've played it at least a couple times now to at least get a grasp of what I'm doing here, and I'm already hooked on playing it some more. I've been trying to speedrun it a little bit, but today I'm just going to be jumping right into the game, and we'll be starting here. Of course, just like we were talking about earlier, we are now welcomed into this Earth that is plunged into this disaster. So Earth won't be the same. Human activities have caused irreparable damage to the environment and threatened mankind. Calculations have shown that oxygen remaining for 1,000 days. The whole world is terrified. NASA isn't picking up 7 billion lives are now on your shoulders. So we have turned into Atlas apparently ourselves. We're going to be jumping straight into our little launch control center here. We've got a couple different stocks of resources and whatnot. Those technologies we were talking about there, our people population. And we've got some couple different things about our rockets and the destination for the rocket. So let's jump right into our map of the little solar system we've got here. It doesn't seem to be... I don't know. I think that a couple of the planets would run into each other if they were actually circling around the sun here, but let's not look too far into the scientific points here. We're going to just pick a planet to research here, drop a satellite in there. Hopefully we didn't crush anything else in the trunk here. Put enough fuel to get there. As you can see, it does tell you how far it is away. So it's 568 million kilometers away. Now put 1,000 million kilometers of fuel in the rocket. So next you just close up the lid of it and launch it into space. I do apologize if that's a little bit louder. But now we have our first spaced research mission going up here. It is unmanned, of course. We're just sending that satellite out. And because it is a level 1 satellite, I believe it takes 10 days to research. So we're going to be doing that for 2 more planets here because we were given 3 satellites at the beginning. And I'm doing ones pretty close because one of the strategies I've come up with so far is that you want to start to get a lot of people off at the beginning, because the more people you can get off pretty quickly, the better, because it actually does give you a lot of points to inhabit different planets. So now that this guy is done, we can go to the details, and it's going to tell you what is happening on that planet there. So everything is actually perfectly within the range of human life. So we really don't have to send anything with this here. But I am going to go out real quick, and we have this little station for our map. We have this for research points and what's happening. So we can claim our science points there. And this is just our factory where we can upgrade our rocket, and if we want to, we can buy other parts as well. I'm going to claim those last couple points there, and we're actually going to send a full 200 people over there. So shaking our little salt shaker here, dropping a couple little plush humans into that, and we want to get exactly 200 there, kicking off the last couple that, I don't know, didn't pay for their tickets or something. So we get that exact 200 number there, and just add a little bit of sauce on the top of them, more formally known as rocket fuel, light the match, and they're off to their new home. So they will go and colonize that planet. And we've actually found 2 other planets here, and this is the first thing I was talking about. You see, these planets, they're not exactly completely suitable for life. So as you can see, the temperature is too high. So we have to chuck a temperature regulator into there, and we have no source of liquid water on this planet as well. So I'm going to drop a huge 1,000,000-gallon bucket of water there into our spaceship, and we're going to add a couple people to colonize that planet. We may not be able to get up to the max of 300 here, but we should be able to get at least a few. We're probably going to have to send a second mission over to actually finish off the planet here. And I'm actually going to regulate the amount of fuel so I can get the max amount of people into this thing. Oh, hopefully that didn't hurt anybody. My insurance should pay for that, right? No? Yes? Maybe. Alright, so they are off, and hopefully I've met the conditions to make that planet suitable. So let's look at this planet. Now we are out of fuel and a couple other things here. So I'm going to buy 2 more satellites and 2 more things of fuel here. And since we haven't researched this planet, we're going to chuck another satellite into that one, fill it up with fuel, and send it off. And I've already figured out the level 1 rocket can only get up to a max of, 2,000 million kilometers with a satellite in it. So anything out of that range, we're going to have to level up the rocket there. Now we got 2 missions going off, and they are researching some new options. As you can see, that planet we have installed, the temperature and the water on the planet. So now we have 234 million inhabitants to that planet. So we are getting a lot of people off pretty fast, and we got a crazy amount of points there. Now we're at 1,000 was it 1,464. And of course, the bills keep coming in here, so we're going to inhabit our next planet with a couple humans. And of course, they don't seem to have any flora and fauna on this planet, so we're going to have to drop in a little playing card of that there. We're going to have to actually buy a little radiator for this planet here as well. We're going to have to put a huge magnet on the surface to regulate the gravity. I don't know if that's scientifically correct. I'm actually wondering if you had people wear like a metal vest or something, could you regulate gravity with a magnet? I don't know about that, but it might work out. So let's see. I'm gonna send off another mission or two researching some planets here, because I definitely do want to look for planets that are more suitable to humans versus ones that are not as suitable to our human population here. Because some of these planets, I don't know why, but it seems like maybe there's a small amount of land on some of these planets, but they can only hold a certain amount of people. So we can't send all 7 billion, or 7 billion, yeah, it is 7 billion people to one planet. We have to kind of separate them out, which would definitely be a really interesting, like, post-apocalyptic world. Like, everyone from the Earth is spread out between different worlds and whatnot. So as I was talking about earlier, we need to finish populating this one planet here. So I'm going to use my salt shaker of humans again. That's some English. Salt shaker of humans here. And we're going to kick a couple off that were late on their taxes there. And make sure, what is 234 plus 66? That is a full 300 there. And actually, I'm going to have to buy some fuel as well. We always need more fuel. And we haven't unlocked anything better than that yet. So let's do that. And look at that! Our scientists have been working really well, so new knowledge and experience helped us to achieve incredible progress in rocket scientists. So we can get rocket scientists, just rockets in general. So when we do have enough science points, we can upgrade to that level 2 rocket. And the best thing about that is it gives us a much higher capacity for the rocket. So that's going to be something that I'm looking forward to doing in the future here. So let's shake a couple more humans in here. It should be about 167. So yep. Ooh, okay. So we've deciphered the message of an ancient civilization found on another planet. Using this information, we can create a unique energy source. We want 500. I'm going to go with the science points for right now. I don't think we need many upgrades at the moment. Drop a little bit of fuel in this guy. Did we count out our humans? Yeah, we did it perfectly. So let's launch them up. So that planet should be fully inhabited down here. It looks like... oh, this one just doesn't have any land on it or something. We cannot get a population of humans on there at all. So that's done no help to us. Maybe it's a water world or something. Exploration of new planets gives us resources that we cannot use for technological development. I think I'm going to go with our gravity regulator number 2, because once we do expand out a little bit, the planets do, depending on the planet, you need more regulation for some of those things. Oh, we're unexplored on this planet. Let me buy 2 more of these guys. I'm actually going to see how much it costs to upgrade that rocket. I've since forgot how much it actually does cost to upgrade that guy. So let's launch that one up, and we're going to go back to the planet, grab our points, and geez, we've hit the lottery now. Almost 2,000 points, and that's easily enough to upgrade that rocket to level 2. Let's see what we can do now. As you can see, instead of just 1,000 tons, we are now able to have 1,800 tons on one rocket here. So that's going to make populating some planets pretty easy here, actually, because we're able to throw a lot of stuff in there that we need pretty quickly instead of having to send 2 trips with it. And I really should have grabbed the temperature thing. The game's making me second guess my choices here, because one temperature regulator would have fixed that, but now I had to buy 3, and that's actually taking up a little bit of space within my spaceship here. So we only need 800 million gallons of fuel here, liters. whatever calculations. Alright, let's see, 850 for that. And then we're gonna shake that salt shaker yet again and see if we can actually... Yeah, we should be able to easily fit 200 million humans into this spaceship here. Just kick out a couple million there. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't like those people. Alright, let's get to launching that one. And they're going to Zavorj, because I can pronounce that. Yes, if anyone questions me pronouncing that, they're wrong, yes. Alright, temperature. We have another temperature problem here. I actually need some more money, please. Need to take out a loan from the World Bank, apparently. Let's drop some of that in there. And as you can see, once I put enough temperature regulators in here, it actually go white instead of the red, telling you it is good for human life now. So as you can see, dropping that in there is now telling us we are perfectly good, and we'll fill up enough fuel for it. Oh, that's way too much fuel. Alright, let's drop it down to... Oh, I need another little bit there. And let's shake a couple humans into there. They're doing the Mamba straight into there. A couple of million people into this spaceship here. Just like Noah's Ark, but as in space, I guess. Instead of having 2 of each people, it's 7 billion people. Alright, I can't make analogies anymore. I was fired from that job a long time ago, and apparently I wasn't even paying attention because we've now found a planet with hostile population of 400. And I don't know if the level 2 rocket, if I can actually fight them too effectively yet. So I'm going to leave them to making their paninis on that planet, and I'm going to go aboard my own business here, sending off humans to other planets here. Alright, we need right there, and let's shake another 200 million humans into here. Hopefully they've got a good doctor aboard, because I think a couple of them are going to break a few things when they land on each other here. Could you imagine 200 million people landing on top of each other? I wonder if you did the calculations how tall that would actually be. But I'm going to send off a couple other satellites here. I need a few dollars to actually do this, but actually, we've got plenty of money sitting right there, so I'm going to get the temperature regulator upgrade right there, so we don't have to buy as many temperature regulators there. And I usually don't upgrade that satellite because it doesn't really help that much with our mission here. So we need 1,200 here, and it doesn't really matter how much fuel we put into this guy for that mission. Let's look at our map here. I want to get at least a couple more planets discovered here, so I'm going to buy 4 satellites and 4 more things of fuel, and I'm going to really quickly just chuck them in the back in the trunk here, throw a bunch of fuel in, and just send them out to their research missions. Wow, this planet can actually hold, what is it, 500 million people. So let's get a couple more points to buy a few things here. We're going to need temperature, gravity, and flora and fauna. So we can go cheap on the temperature thing because we don't need to regulate it that much, but we have to go with the more expensive gravity regulator here. We're also going to need flora and fauna for this one, so actually go and get a few more points here. We're actually a little bit short on points. And actually, one thing, let me drop all this stuff out here. We are low on points, so one of the things we can do is just wage war on somebody else and see how well that goes, because I do believe we get a lot of research for making contact with other civilizations in space here, but we want to put a lot of, I guess, warriors on here. So we got to shake them, and they have a really nice smile because they're finally getting off of this planet. They look quite silly as well, but shaking this new castle, we have enough people to take on the aliens now. I do apologize for the couple of million people that flew out of it like it was a trampoline, but alright, let's launch over to that planet anyways. So once they get over there, we should get a couple more science points, and I can buy flora and fauna for that other planet that has 500 million. I'm actually going to grab the science points now for that achievement there because we needed to get a couple things of fuel here. So I'm going to drop flora and fauna in there, our temperature regulator, and the gravity into here. Hopefully it's not just a gravity gun like Gmod, but alright, let's regulate the amount of fuel we have here. We're going to drop back to regular people because I guess if you're not bringing military equipment with you on a trip, it is a little bit lighter. Ooh, and I'm actually going to grab that level 2 fuel because that's actually a really good advancement to make fueling up much faster than it was previously. It does cost a little bit more money. Oh, wow, they, who left the human sprinkler on? That's a problem. Alright, so we've got a lot of people going out there. There is another alien civilization over here. I believe, yeah, the alien civilizations thrive in a atmosphere, a harmful atmosphere, or I guess no atmosphere at all. So we have to bring our own atmosphere to fight the aliens here. So that is good. And let's drop some more warriors into our spaceship now, because our only plan here is to conquer the galaxy. I'm not much of a diplomat myself, so alright, let's see how this military operation goes. We can actually send a few humans to these 2 planets here. 108 to this planet right here, that being 108 million people. Just subtract a few there. Hopefully we didn't make any mistakes. If you make one mistake, it's millions of people's lives, so alright, that should be the perfect number. And then we have this planet over here as well. We do have the planet we just attacked and won the battle against. I should have bought some level 2 fuel there, but level 1 fuel should be perfectly fine for this situation. So, oh, overfueled it a little bit too much. Just drop a couple million gallons out of there. I'm going to go for the science points here. Wait, what did that say there? Hopefully it said I've won a battle instead of lost it. But let's drop the rest of these humans. I think it's 178 is what the number I'm looking for. 173. One more shake. There we go. And that should be perfect. So send that off and we should have another fully colonized planet there. So let's look at what this planet wants. We're gonna have to buy another large water from your nearest gas station to help us out. Medium temperature regulator, some low-grade gravity here, and a little bit more fuel. And I'm just gonna show you guys that the level 2 fuel takes less tons and goes faster with filling up our spaceship here. So definitely in the scheme of time, it helps speed up a few things here. Let's see if we can actually get 400 people into this one spaceship here with the human shaker. Sounds like a weight loss gimmick or something. Yes, the human shaker. Oh, we need to kick out a few, like 20 million people. Perfect. Alright, see you guys in the next World Summit. You are off to a new planet there. Wow, that planet actually has some good things going for it as well. We're gonna have to get a little bit of research going as well because we have not done too much to expand here so far. So I'm going to send a couple more satellites and whatnot out real quick and I'll be right back after that. Alright, we have finished exploring. Well, we've got all 5 of those rockets now going out to their respected planets out there, and I'm now filling up another spaceship to go to a local planet. We gotta kick a couple of those people out there because their luggage did not fit in the aboard space on our spaceship, so they're gonna have to walk to their nearest planet. Alright, they should be going there with 84 million, and we've got this planet over here as well. We need to do a little bit of upgrades to it, you know, giving it some nice lush forest, buying some gravity generators and whatnot, you know, just the 5-star luxury things for planets out here. And I actually don't want too much fuel in here because I'm trying to get, I doubt I'll get the full 500 people into this one rocket here. Unless we do have enough points to upgrade to a level 5 rocket. Can we? No, we need 3,000 points. But I don't want to spend all of my points on the rocket this second. So I'm just going to send them off right now. I actually need a little bit more fuel. That wouldn't have been great for them. Because they needed... Ooh, you got to make sure you have enough fuel for the trip here. Alright, that is good. We've got a couple more planets explored on the edge around here. So let's see what we need for a couple of these. Buying a little bit of atmosphere here, there. Some higher level temperature control. Let's do a higher level gravity, because I think we're going to need at least that level 2. And I'm going to buy some nano fuel here as well. Oh, we need a sprinkling more in there. And 300 million people. You know, just a small number of humans are going to be going on this trip. You know, 300 million people. Population of, what, the entire United States. Alright, let's send them off. Plenty of fuel and whatnot, so that should be a good trip for them there. And this is what we call a fixer-upper planet, because it needs a lot of expensive stuff that I don't want to buy right now. And I'm actually going to increase our time a little bit. It gives me a little bit more leeway here while working with stuff, because we're down to 271 days already. Time flies like we are flying in space. Alright, let's fill this up with plenty of fuel and send it off. So there's another 90 million people going out. And let's see if we can find a okay planet. Jericho and Galadrin are both planets that have a few problems here. Wait a minute. Oh, they're hostile enemies. Alright, let's continue our hostile takeover. Upgrade gravity, upgrade temperature. I'm going to go for the science points yet again. And do we have enough to upgrade yet? I say we have enough to comfortably upgrade to that level 3 rocket. So we should never have many problems with having enough space for anything really in here. So let's give it 2,000 liters of fuel and fill it up with the full 300 warriors here. We should be able to hold at least 300 warriors. Hopefully. Come on. Yep, easily 300 warriors. We just have to kick out a few people. They didn't have pistol training. Alright, send them off there. Let's see what's going on Telstar over here. Let's see what the reality TV shows are like. Apparently they're a little bit dry, so we're going to give them a little bit of water here. You know, the AC broke as well. Give them some temperature and gravity as well. And then we're going to send a couple viewers to their station as well. Just a few, like 500 million. Should be perfectly fine for them to take all those people on. Hopefully we can fit it within our spaceship here. Because we do have a 2,473 million kilometer trip for them. Ooh, the fuel level 3 is tempting, but I think we don't really need it anymore. The level 2 gets me through the game pretty well here. Let's make sure we have the full audience on board for the spaceship. And those people did not like that show in the testing. So let's just put them on another show. Maybe Who Wants to Be the Last Person on Earth? Alright, let's find some more water. Some trees for our gardening gurus. Temperature, gravity, geez. It's another one of those fixer-upper planets. You think it's only going to be like a couple $1 billion, but it turns out to be like trillions of dollars to fix up one of these planets. I mean, geez. They have no sense of a budget for any of this here. Alright, let's fill up our 500 million people onto this spaceship as well. And we've got a decent amount of people leaving Earth now. I mean, I don't see what's too wrong with it. There's just a small counter going on. People seem to be a little bit afraid of it in the market testing. Alright, let's kick off a few people there. They wanted to stay home for this one. Alright, and they have plenty of fuel and everything. So let's see what other planets. We need to do a little bit more exploring here. So I'm going to buy, what is it, our last 5 satellites are probably going to need, and the 5 things of fuel to explore those planets. I'm gonna go with the 500 points so we have plenty to get everything done here. And that guy's fuel. So I'll be back once I'm done exploring all the... We got 7 planets left. I do actually want to explore all the planets so we get that achievement for this playthrough here. So I'm going to be exploring the last 7 planets and I'll be back after that. And the last planet that needs to be explored, Musklon. I feel like that's named after somebody, but I can't remember. I don't know, maybe he's parked his space car over there. I can't remember exactly. So let's see what we can do to a couple of these planets to get some people off of Earth here. You know, we got to get them off those computers, active in their, I guess, their universe here. Let's give them plenty of gravity, plenty of temperature control, fill it up with at least enough fuel to get them those 3,000 something kilometers out there, and give 500 million people. It'll take a second or two. You know, the salt shaker of humans sometimes gets stuck up with a few people here. I'm actually gonna have to decrease the amount of fuel we have on here. Are we? No, we're not even gonna have to. Just kick off a few people that forgot their luggage at home. Is this one of those work in progress planets, or ones that... Actually, I think we should have enough money to work on this planet now. So we can give it the works with all 3 of these guys being thrown into the storage container there. And a little bit extra gravity. Because who doesn't need extra gravity there? And it's only a short 2,200 million kilometers away. Oh, way too much fuel. And now we are in a little bit of a time crunch to get people out of the Earth now. This one can take 300 million to this planet. I'm trying to get everyone out of here. Alright. Come on, give me an achievement that gives me a couple more days here. We need atmosphere and liquid. Ooh, and a lot of temperature regulation. A lot of temperature regulation. Medium gravity. We need some more fuel. Buy the entire stock of fuel. We only have 34 more days here. Alright, and let's drop 400 million people into this one. Come on, Salt Shaker. Alright, they are off to that. And we need a planet that can take a lot of people. I've got 2 here that can do 300 million each, so we might just barely be able to pull this off if I'm quick enough. Hopefully. Oh, we're out of science points. I need to grab science points. Lickety split, plenty of science points. Dang it, we don't have any time increases. We only have 13 days left to get these guys off the planet here and let us rush. I don't know if we're going to get them all off here. It's going to be very close, if anything. Very close indeed. Jeez, they take a lot of gravity there. No, 3 days. 1 day left. 91%. Dang. We did get all 25 planets explored and only 1 was hostile at the end. I do want to play around real quick. If I can actually befriend them. Number 296. Yeah, that was my best run so far. Yesterday I was actually testing this out with volume and whatnot, but I made it. I saved everyone with like 50 days remaining, and I found out a good strategy for this, at least, was taking all of the options instead of getting a lot of the science points, more so because you usually get enough once you're colonizing a lot of planets. Taking those extra days, with at least my playstyle here, I could get everyone off the Earth, versus this one I kind of stupidly took a lot more science points on it. I forgot about my deficit of days. So I mean, I'd love to see how people have been really getting all these high scores, and if you guys really want to, I'm interested in actually streaming this to YouTube. So if you guys want to see that, leave a like down below as well as a comment, and hopefully sometime in the future I will do that. Actually guys, I wanted to say I'm actually going to be leaving the hostile enemy befriending, I don't know, treaty making I guess, figuring it out for myself and for you guys for the next episodes. If you guys want to see that, consider subscribing, because I'm really having fun with this game right now. And if you guys are liking it a lot, I would love to do live streams trying to speed up the amount of time I finish the entire game, or at least one run through of the game. One run through of the game. Wow, that was great English on my part. But yeah, speed running that should be fun in a live stream. But that is where I will be ending it. Yet again, I would like to thank the people over at, I forgot the development company, Lemon Squeeze. I do apologize. I have the memory of a goldfish over here. But yeah, I'd like to thank them for sending me a key to this game. I've had a lot of fun with it. And of course, I believe it is out on Steam now if you want to grab it for yourself. It is super fun, and I've wasted a lot of time on it already, and I don't mind to, because it actually is a fun game to play. So yeah, thank you everyone out there for watching. But of course, if you guys did like this, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel to stay up with 1,000 Days to Escape and more of my content. But I've never been great at goodbyes, when people need me, and I need to go.